All right, let's make sure that we are actually live. Streamlabs, who I use for all of my streaming services, they have not been working well at all. So even though I selected YouTube and Twitch to stream to, it's saying that I'm connected to Facebook, which I'm not, because I don't have enough viewers over there. So we're going to ignore that. We're going to stream right to YouTube on this one, and we are we'll just move on. We'll just do this content real quick. And I also need to check something. Can I actually do this live or not? But anyways, I know it's been a while. Our family has had some issues with, I wouldn't say we're sick, but we're sick. We're sick, or kind of still are sick. Kind of just genuinely not feeling great. So it's the reason why I haven't streamed in a few days. I was looking to do a okay, good. We can actually record. Okay, perfect. So let's kick that off. So I was gonna do 8 o'clock, but by the time that 7 o'clock was rolling around, I was so exhausted that I couldn't make the 8 o'clock time. So what I'm doing now is looking to do back to the 10 o'clock. And then, of course, Streamlabs decided to kick in and not allow me to stream. So it took me 7 attempts to get to where we're at now. And I'll have to figure it out. And unfortunately, it's not easy to figure it out because to test it, you have to go live. And that can really screw up your schedule and the metrics, especially in YouTube, if you're streaming constantly but not actually spending any time doing it. So it's rough trying to decipher all this stuff. That out of the way. Let's move on to more positive things. What we're looking at today is Bizarre Bub. I don't think I have done a Bizarre Bub in the past, so I'm looking to look at one of his compilation videos. Skimming over it, I don't think there's anything that I've actually seen, which is the reason I picked this one. We watch ghost videos so much that it's literally like we are seeing the same stuff over and over and over again. And within the first frame, I usually know what the video is about and how they faked it or debunked, or put it in my debunking kind of thing. So without further ado, let's get into it. And I hope you guys have a good Thursday. I'm feeling good today. Feeling better today. How about that? All right, let's make sure we are good. I think we're good. Everything looks okay. And yeah, let's get into it.
In the following video, a nurse working at a hospital decides to go inside a room where many doctors and nurses are afraid to be in. The room in question is located on a floor that, according to rumors, is haunted. It isn't known if the rumors are true, but apparently, after what was captured, it may be the case that something truly strange is happening on this floor. On March 9th of 2021, a nurse known as Shanae Richardson pays a visit to the floor in question. On this floor, there's a hidden room that for some reason is blocked off from access. So, one night, Shanae decides to enter this room. She had gained access by asking a custodian to open it for her. But little did she know, this was a bad idea.
It is weird, like the writing on the wall is very odd. And the question that I have is this really a hospital or not? Because it doesn't look like one. I think it might be abandoned or something like that.
So everybody wants to see what's behind the door, so I'm back and I'm going to show you what's finally behind this door, okay? Alright, so
do not remove save. Okay, so if you look, do not remove save, please. What does that mean? Do not remove save. I don't understand what that is. You know what? I might do some research on what that might mean.
Behind this door in this hospital, and it's been unlocked, so I'm gonna go inside. Feels good.
Yeah.
It happens quickly, but in case you missed it, here it is again.
and he has to lighten it up, because if you don't know what you're looking for, but basically it's what appears to be a head. I honestly think that, I mean, and if you look in this room, they need to lighten the rest of the room up, because those are network cables. This is all networking equipment right here. Lighten the whole room up, please.
It now makes sense as to why Shanae had.
Yeah. I think someone just put a mask up there or something like that. But this is the networking room. So people are going to go in there all the time. It is one thing that I know a lot is, okay, this is the work that I used to do quite extensively for decades, not just a few years. And it actually, what looks like a head looks like it's on top of what appears to be like a switch or firewall or router right there. And personally, it's either someone left a mask up there, probably the IT guys. We're weird people. That seems exactly like something they would do.
Had suddenly shut the door. Out of instinct, she had backed away upon seeing what looks like a face staring at Shanae from a distance. Its disembodied head seemingly stays in place without moving an inch, or at least it seems like that.
Yeah, I mean, it does. Yeah, you can see, right? Okay, so this is their networking box, and I'm assuming that that's hair that's going down all there. Yeah, someone left their mask there. This is an IT. This is IT guys. It's
because apparently viewers claim that the head can be seen moving for just a bit. She wasn't exactly sure what she'd seen, but whatever it was, it prompted a sudden urge within her to leave the space immediately. It was only after watching the video that she saw what it was.
No, she didn't.
Not much else is known about this incident or what occurred afterwards, but until there's an update, this incident remains a mystery.
Why would you? There was nothing in that room that you would find scary, right? And also, turn on the fucking light. God, I don't understand why people can't turn on lights.
A certain video was shared among many residents of a town where something quite peculiar had taken place. It happened right outside someone's house at around 7 p.m. Those who live here had thankfully caught the event on camera via surveillance footage, but the video itself is just part of the reason why neighbors are concerned. Whatever happened here had sent someone to the hospital. It was immediately after knowing this that residents of this neighborhood became terrified. The following is what was captured.
This is a weird one. I'm not going to lie about that. So watch this. And then something. You get something that comes off from the left to the right. Boom. What also is interesting too is if you notice there's like pixelation right there. Like look right here. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can see it. Okay, good. So after it hits, there's like something pixelated right here moving. See? Look at all that. It's actually these guys' shadows. So what's really odd about this video is the way that the guy kind of gets thrown out, but you can still hear people talking.
It was immediately after being knocked out by something that two people, presumably friends or relatives, come over to assist the man.
I think he was drunk and he leaned on the door.
That for some reason heads over to the spot where the object had seemingly flown from. It isn't clear why the dog had gone there first, but viewers think that maybe it was seeing something no one else could. Although quite strange, it's what occurred before that's most baffling. What looks like a flying object appears to strike the man from inside the house. Now it's worth noting that he's okay, but he did need a couple of stitches after what occurred before. That's most
look right here of the reflection. I wish I could zoom this in. I need to get an app that I can zoom things in. Look at what's occurring here. So there's a few things going on. I think that this is a cement mixer. This is definitely what looks like an engine. I would say that this is an engine on an engine stand. You got a moped and and a couple of small cars. So this is, I wouldn't say this is America, which it doesn't matter. I'm just kind of curious. Dirt roads. But if you look, there is like a lot of motion right here. Like watch when I hit play.
It's baffling.
See, look.
What looks like a
boom.
flying object
See when it hits?
appears to strike the man from inside the house. Now it's worth noting that he's okay, but he did need a couple of stitches afterwards. But strangely, he doesn't recall what happened.
See, look.
This whole incident is a blur to him as the impact was intense. Not much else is known about this occurrence.
Did someone throw
except
something
that it took
at
place
him?
in Colombia. But like most videos,
So
I'll
it's
let
Colombia,
you come up
okay.
with your own conclusions. Just what exactly
See, look,
was caught
right
on
there.
camera.
And then there's all these lights. Like there's a car or people over there moving around. So there's like people like literally right over to the left of this. I wonder if someone was like, I'll watch this, and then threw something at him and then hit him in the head just hard enough to make him pass out like that. Because
it's nighttime in the following footage when a baby monitor inside
and then
a
they're
child's
like, I'm
crib
not gonna
captures
say
something
anything.
that its parents have been worried about. It was all caught on the night of October 23rd of 2023.
Which one is this
Suffice
one
to
gonna
say,
be? What do you
their
think,
concerns
guys?
have intensified after seeing what was captured. Even worse is that after this incident, their oldest child,
This was
who's
1
only
year
a
later
older,
after
did
baby
this.
monitor video.
Now, before showing the clip, it's worth noting that they were being babysat by a relative who recorded the whole
So
incident.
they've done.
Take a look.
So they've done baby monitor videos in the past. So that's important.
Shay. Cheyenne. Cheyenne.
Now, what's concerning about this is that the parents have seen this behavior before in the house they used to live in. The house in question is where this footage took place, and it's what happens in it that made them move out. Living in their old home, their children used to stare at things that didn't appear to be there. Sometimes they would start crying after staring at nothing. Something was upsetting them, but the parents weren't sure what exactly that was until they saw this. After watching countless recordings from the baby monitor inside their youngest child's crib, one video caught their attention. The following is that video.
I want to watch this one. Let's see what happens. Is this gonna be hands? It's gonna be fingers. Yep. Okay.
It's for this reason, among others, that the family has moved out of this house.
Like,
they believe that what was captured had been the spirit or entity that's been upsetting their children.
Yeah, not too bad. Other than you didn't keyframe it right. You can see it. Oh my god.
They believe that what was captured
this
had
edge.
been the spirit or entity that's
Blinky,
been
blinky,
upsetting
blinky,
their children.
blinky, blinky, blinky.
Replaying the footage, one can tell that
Doesn't
this
blink
black, shadowy
before,
mass
it blinks
is anything but a person.
after.
The way it glides past the crib and the fact that it flies towards the ceiling suggests that this was something else.
Yeah, it was them putting in the footage. Yeah. Or either that, or I don't think that it was. It could have been something else too. The way that the footage is shaking makes me feel like they use some sort of like automatic keyframe or something like that. Rotoscoper. I think it's called rotoscoping. I'm not a CGI guy. I do watch a lot of videos though, but whatever. I'm not an expert on that one. Okay. This one. So it is IR night vision. I always have problems with IR night vision. They are buggy at the best of times. This only happened last year too. So they've moved in a year or less than a year. That's fine too. Whatever. People move all the time. I feel it's the same house and they're just saying that they moved because of this. That's a very common thing for people to say as well. But if you think about the way that IR works, and you have an IR light source, which is coming from the camera. You can see it's brighter along the edges here. And so the IR light source is near the lens. That doesn't mean it's the only IR light source. Other things also put out IR light, like there could be a that's exactly what it is. I just realized. In most baby rooms, you have a nightlight. Nightlight puts out infrared as well as visible light. You can see it both in there. So that's the blinking.
Might have been the parents' hope.
You're seeing the blinking from the filament of an incandescent bulb. And something just was in front of that bulb. And it can be small. It can be like a little bug or something just going across there. So the way that you could test it is just go, recreate the scene, and then go over to, if you have a nightlight, put your hand in front of it. Most babies like to have a nightlight on, and most parents like to have a nightlight on, so that when you go in there, you're not totally in the dark, and you don't have to turn a light on to see your child when they're asleep to make sure they're okay. Because if anybody's been a parent, you become paranoid about everything that occurs. So you check on your baby often. So you'd have a nightlight in there. That's my guess. This, where the baby thinks it sees something, babies do that all the time. My 2 kids did it. Did it in places that I thought were creepy. Did it places that we felt had nothing in it. So this is not proof. It's the same thing. A dog's barking at something. We had a hound dog that would bark literally at leaves moving outside. So if I were to go, oh, the ghosts, then our place was infested with ghosts by the billions, because that dog would never stop barking at things that didn't exist. You would literally look outside the window and there would be nothing there, and that dog would just be barking at something. And then you realize it's the like a limb outside moving in a tree, and he would bark at that. I'm not joking. I'm not lying either. That dog was crazy.
That it hasn't made its way into their new home. If so, then they don't know what else to do. For now, the family continues to share videos of paranormal happenings from their past home in the hopes that someone could explain what's happening and see if anything must be done to keep them safe.
Yeah, I'm going to say nightlight. I'm going to say something moved in front of the nightlight.
In the following video, a teenage boy and his family are taking a tour of the new house they had just moved into.
That kid's creepy. Is it the kid?
The family in this footage hasn't had the chance to check out their new home until now. So naturally, out of excitement, they bring a camera to record this moment. But unbeknownst to them, this special occasion would suddenly turn creepy.
Oh my God.
It would be at this house they recently called home where something very strange happens. The following is their footage.
Let's see.
Take a look.
What are we going to find? What are we going to find? Is it going to be someone in the background that wasn't there? Okay. Okay, I'm assuming... I'm assuming that it's this thing, which just looks like it's not a face. That is not a face, and that is not a person. That is just something leaning against there. It's just something brown. But I'm assuming that this is what they're gonna say. But let's see what they say. Did you see it?
Let's take this off. Oh, no, I can't take this off. I can't take it off. Where is it?
We could throw a movie in this house.
I know, we can. That's the attic?
Good at acting now. You wanna go in there? Let's scream, let's
That's the attic?
Wait, you wanna go in there?
I wanna see what's...
Out of nowhere, the sound of a screaming child is heard from somewhere inside the house. Realizing that no one else was home except an older relative, they bolt out as fast as possible, knowing that what just happened was not normal. Either a child from outside the
All
house.
Right, let's see. What is this going to be?
Something else was captured.
What is this going to be?
Listening closely, the scream seems to have come from inside the house, but strangely, there hadn't been another child inside. If no other kid was present, then who was heard on camera? With no further updates or videos from this family, it remains unknown as to who or even what had spooked
I want to listen to it again. Come on. Oh.
Out of no.
That's the attic?
But you wanna go in there?
I want to see what's...
What? So there's a animal in their attic.
Out of nowhere, the sound of a screaming child is heard from somewhere inside the house. Realizing that no one else was home except an older relative, they bolt out as fast as possible, knowing that what just happened was not normal. Either a child from outside the house had screamed, or
it sounded like a cat
something else
sort
was
in the attic, or I don't
Listening
know.
closely,
Or it's an opossum. I'm just going to say opossum. 100% opossum.
But strangely, there hadn't been another child inside. If no other kid was present, then who was heard on camera? With no further updates or videos from this family, it remains unknown as to who or even what had spooked them.
And we'll never know.
On the rocky cliffs of an ocean side, a very peculiar video was taken. The video itself starts off by showing a scenic view of the ocean.
Cool, look at that.
But apparently, it wouldn't just be the ocean that astounds the person recording, but rather
really
something else. They hadn't noticed what was captured until much later, and they were left even more spooked after learning that this place has had many people pass away, specifically from jumping off. Nicole, the person who took this, explains what she captured. Take a look.
All right, what are we looking at?
Rewatching this video I took of the ocean, and I just now realized I captured a voice. Clearly, it's not my voice.
A voice clear as day is heard on camera. No one else had been around, which rules out the possibility of this being said by...
Okay, hold on. Nobody else is around?
A voice clear as day is heard on camera. No one else had been around, which...
Is that a couple of people literally right there? I'm assuming it's a fence. But doesn't that look like a couple people in the fog?
Rules out the possibility of this being said by someone close. Even weirder is that the voice sounds staticky, giving it a robotic quality.
Actually, it sounds like someone's like an old sailor kind of guy. It's very clear, especially over the ocean. I'm going to say that someone was there, and that
from Australian to that of a pirate's voice. Viewers believe that this may have been the spirit of someone,
or
who
there was someone nearby
passed away on this spot,
and she just
like Nicole. They too might have been enjoying the view, but whether ghost or not, the voice alone is quite strange and continues to baffle Nicole to this day.
I mean, if you were there by yourself, that would be scary. I'm not going to lie, but that looks like a person down there too. Not saying that that's what it was. I don't think that is a person down there, but it does look like one. But if you truly did find it afterwards, then yeah, you wouldn't be looking around. You wouldn't try to debunk on site for a voice that you didn't hear. It just seems a little far-fetched to me. I'm not going to debunk it.
Now, the
I'm just
following
skeptical.
video comes from Isabel Riley, who no doubt believes that she may have evidence of something that can't be explained. The video she's made shows this evidence, which was captured by her boss, who later shared it with her. According to her boss, he was at a restaurant in New Orleans known as Antoine's. Now, at this restaurant, there's a huge wine cellar with hundreds, if not thousands of wine bottles worth millions. So, out of curiosity, he checks it out. But if only he knew what was down there, he wouldn't have gone. While being in the cellar, he snaps a couple of photos, some of which show the owner of the restaurant who is giving him a tour. In one photo, we see the restaurant owner on his laptop, who apparently was placing bids for more wines during an online auction. The boss takes a few more photos and then leaves the restaurant before calling it a day. The next morning, he's on his phone looking at his camera roll when he notices something odd in one of the pictures that he took.
Oh, what's it gonna be?
Presents those images. Take a look.
So this is the first picture that he showed me from the wine cellar. You can see this guy who is...
All right, let's take a look at this. I want to look at this wine cellar. Okay, one, that's a really cool wine cellar. Holy crap, that is cool. Like, I want this in my life. And I think you can see the floorboards. So it's just, so there's a floorboard. Here's some pipes running along. That appears to be, that's a weird light. Why are all of these lights like that and that one's not? But the thing also to notice in this picture too is there's a lot of like haze in it. I don't know why.
On his laptop.
But let's take a look.
At auction, doing whatever.
It also appears to be a person up there.
And here is the next picture that he took.
All right, that's actually kind of cool. But why is it? What is that person doing up there? Is that? Doesn't it look like a person with a shirt? Let's go back one, because there's something there. Let's take a look.
And here is the next picture that he took.
Okay. So different angle. Man, it looks like there's more than one person in this shot. But I mean, yeah, you can, it obviously looks like someone's standing there. You know, in black and white. So what's interesting to me is, okay, what the hell is that? Because that looks like a person with their arm coming down, touching this person's head. Right? But what also gets me too is that they're different angles, of course. But look at what is this behind him? And if you look, what looks like her dress is this. So what I'm assuming this is his, like a jacket over. So he's in this chair. There's the chair. Right, it goes up like there. And then this is the jacket. So that takes out that it's a dress.
And here is the next picture that he took.
Right. So let's take a look at this. So we know that this here is the jacket. And now he's moved over, looks like more to the left now because he's underneath this pipe. And before, he's not. He's underneath this pipe. So he moved over, and whatever is, I think it's just the noise of what's in the room.
Who is on his laptop at auction doing whatever. And here is the next picture that he took.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna see. Do I have a magnifier? We do. All right, so yeah, if you look, let's zoom in a little more. I want to go over more. There you go. Okay, I'm hoping that you guys can see what I'm seeing here, but yeah, okay. It changes totally when you zoom in. So these are all the objects that are on the shelf here. This was an object that was here. So like this is the background. If you look, you can actually see the separation here. So this is what's in the back, right? Because you can also see that whatever this thing is, which even zoomed in, it still looks like a freaking person's just hanging up there. But, and that's the arm. That's what it looks like to me. But it's in front of this, but this is in front of that. So this is like next to this cabinet. That arm is, whatever this thing is in the back wall. Yeah, this is like one of those 1 in a billion kind of shots that occur where it looks like there's a human there, because we know that all of this is his coat. So that is not her dress. So we're only looking at the object here. And if you go back again, there it is. See, that's the arm of what you're seeing. There's the head of what you're seeing. So what he did is so let's look at the center line. There's the top of this white shirt is almost center line. Let's see where it is on the second shot. It's gone. He moved over a lot. And the top of the looks like here. Yep. So he went down, he lowered down and went to the left to take the second shot. I think it's a bad coincidence that it looked like a woman standing there. Because like from this angle, it looks one way, but I bet you if you had the originals, you could tell that this thing is not what it looks like. I think it's creepy, but it's not it's just your mind trying to play tricks on you to make it look like it's a black and white woman there, because she has no nose. The like all the facial features are just these objects here. Yeah. I bet you if you went to that same spot, you could line it up again and make it look like that.
Apparition. It looks like a woman in this like black Victorian dress.
It does. Kind of.
And
if you squint your eyes enough.
When I was showed this, I genuinely had full body chills.
Yeah. It's creepy.
Is insane. I've never seen anything like this, and I need to not be alone in seeing this, because holy.
Unlike anything Isabel has ever seen, a seemingly full-bodied apparition appears clear as day in the pic.
Like, yeah, thanks for zooming in. Yeah, you can actually see the separation here. This here is in the background. That's this thing here. So there's the line coming down. So you can't just take, like, this is a face and ignore the line, everything lining up. So there is a squared off object in the back. You can see it. This comes down. It comes down in the other picture. So that is not a shoulder. And if it is, she has super, super wide shoulders. But we're going to assume that it comes down, like if it comes down this side, it's going to come down here, which doesn't match up. So all of this is on one plane if you look. See? It's like a triangle almost kind of thing, a weird triangle. And then you got this, which is part of this background. And then you've got whatever this object is here, right? So it's kind of like just something's protruding out. The eyes, which also aren't correct. They're not centered correctly. This thing, like everything else, is just kind of wrong about it. This is the pillar that goes all the way down. So all of this you can ignore because it's a pillar. You know that this is his jacket here. So that is not her dress. So when you start taking things away of what you know they are, it makes it less obvious of what it is. Yeah, I think that's just your brain trying to go. You think so, Geometry? I'm trying my best, man. But I mean, what do you think? So we are on Twitch. Oh my God. So Streamlabs messed up 7 times this morning, and it doesn't even show I'm live on Twitch. So I'm happy. I'm glad it is actually on Twitch. But yeah, it does look like a woman. Don't get me wrong, but it also looks like it's these objects that are hanging around. Where is it? There. Yeah. Yeah. And you can actually see there's the triangle shape right there. So I'm saying this is just your mind's trick playing tricks on you.
I've never seen anything like this. And
that Isabel's boss is certain that
I use Streamlabs. It used to be really, really good. Now I would say 20% of the time, 15 to 20% of the time, it kind of messes up on me. Like this morning. Yeah. Does it mess up on you? Or have you had good luck with it? because my luck has been hit or miss. Let's just say that. Gotcha.
Something ghostly was caught, whether a ghost or something.
Well, put in perspective is I've used it for 6-7 years now, and I think I used it like when it first came out, and I think that was at the time that when it was more OBS than Streamlabs, and it worked okay. It was when they had to separate because there was that big debacle about Streamlabs throwing their name on OBS and selling it as a product, which you can't do under the GNU licensing agreement. You can't do that. So they had to rebrand it, rename it, and come out with it as their own product. And I feel, especially when you multi-stream, there's a lot of issues. My wife has it too, and when we log onto her account, nothing works. Like nothing works. We can only stream to Twitch or YouTube, but not both. And we pay for multi-streaming. And then sometimes it won't even stream to YouTube. It errors out. And the same thing with Twitch. It's the weirdest thing.
Else, viewers can't help but feel immensely uneasy when looking at this pic. They don't know why, but something about it disturbs them. While Isabel has yet to figure out what was captured, viewers are certain that this was paranormal. But as always,
I'd love to get my hands
on
on
your
the
thoughts on
original
this
picture.
one.
Number 4.
On a Thursday night, somewhere in Florida, two friends decide to record themselves at a slumber party when something pretty creepy is captured.
Nothing bad ever
Both
happens
friends
at a
hadn't
slumber
noticed
party.
anything peculiar in the video until one of their moms had seen the footage.
This is my daughter and her friend. Please watch closely between them. No one else was up in my home.
Heather, the mother in question, is baffled by this footage, given that it took place inside her home, where other strange things have happened before. Occasionally, she would catch her dog
So they're
looking at
having
something that doesn't appear
a slumber
to be there,
party, and
other times she would see her cat staring
nobody
at a
else was
space
there.
that's completely empty. Now, although she thinks there might be an explanation for both common occurrences, she can't say the same for the following incident. This footage is unlike anything she's ever seen. It's late at night when this is captured.
This is my daughter and her friend. Please watch closely between them. No one else was up in my home. Look between them right now.
All right. Ooh, that's spooky. All right, let's go back over.
This is my daughter and her friend. Please watch closely between them. No one else was up in my home. Look between them right now.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think?
Whoa.
Yep. It's like ridiculous. Like, these are utterly ridiculous. Look at it again. What could that possibly be? What could that possibly be? Something that's moving like this. No, it's their cat tail. They just showed that they had a black cat. It is literally a cat tail. Watch. Watch it move. Watch it move. That's a cat tail. God. These are just so ridiculous. Nobody can figure this out. 4 seconds, man. It's a cat tail. Okay. The other thing to look at too is what's more important than the cat tail before you see the cat tail is look at the rest of the picture. Okay? So what is all of this in this pixelated mess that's right here? So nothing is clear. I'm assuming that this is some sort of chupacabra or alien or Bigfoot. It's probably Bigfoot sitting there because it could be literally anything in between these two girls, right? Because the camera is just doesn't have enough dynamic range to actually see what's back there. So it's just making shit up. It's just blobs, right? So look at it. Look, even before it comes over, it's all blobs. And then you have this obvious that the cat's like right there walking by.
What was meant to be a fun little video has turned into a scene out of a horror movie. Without realizing it, both friends had caught something moving in the background.
Cattail.
It appears briefly for just a split second before exiting from view. Whether a person or something else, no one had noticed it until the video was sent to Isabel's mother. It was shortly thereafter that both girls became aware of this mysterious figure. While it is uncertain as to what was captured, they can't help but think that something otherworldly was present during that night. This one continues to remain a mystery. Now, this next video was recorded by a security guard who was on duty during the night of October 30th, 2012.
So, I don't know if you know, but as soon as I see someone using their phone to record CCTV camera footage, the first thing I think of is that it's fake. That's the first thing I think.
The quality of the video may not be the greatest, but it's what happens in it that definitely makes up for it. The guard who took this was disturbed, to say the least. Although where they work is well known for strange happenings, the parking structure of a Costa Rican mall is the last place they would think of as being haunted. But this isn't surprising, as many visitors of this mall have caught footage of something strange in the parking lot. It's really the reason why most people don't like parking here at night. Even to this day, security guards are hesitant to patrol the parking lot.
And to be honest with you, I don't like going to parking lots at night too, especially when you're by yourself. It's scary just going through a parking lot when there's nobody, especially when there's no cars around. If the thing's full of cars, it's a little like, there could be people in their cars or stuff. But it's like when it's empty, they're scary, man. Your mind plays tricks on you.
And videos like this have left them pretty spooky.
Let's see what it is.
The year is 2012.
Is it going to be like a shadow figure or
one of the cameras inside the parking
detect a
lot
general
is sensing motion? The space is entirely empty, so there shouldn't be any movement going on. Not sure what's happening, the guard calls someone to check the space, but as they check, this happens.
God. It's like you're using a potato to video a potato. Yep. Okay. What am I looking at?
Correcto. Aquí salió algo raro.
All right. Let's see. Okay, what monstrosity of God are they using to record this in? It's like a Game Boy Advance camera or something like that. Yeah, but like... It's just really ridiculous.
As seen on video, the parking structure is devoid of any visitors during this time. If no one had been there, then what exactly had set off the sensor on the camera? It only appears to be going off at this exact spot, and it was already going off before the guard had arrived.
Because it's broken.
After a few seconds, it becomes apparent as to what was being picked up.
All right, let's take a look here. So let's I want to rewind it just a little bit. Okay. So let's see where he walks.
It only appears to be going.
So he's here. Notice he's skipping around a lot too. Yeah. Yeah. So look where he walks and where the shadow walks. Okay. So first of all, he skips. He skips like 5 or 6 frames or more than that. He skips like 5 feet almost. And then watch where he moves. So, and the problem is that the camera's so shaky you can't figure it out. But I bet they know.
Going off at this exact spot.
So see, they're blocked.
It was already going off before the guard had arrived.
No, don't skip over.
Well, after a few seconds, it becomes
where the
apparent
ghost
as to
figure
what was
comes
being
in.
picked up by the camera.
Same line.
A dark, shadow-like figure.
Look, you can see Seven actually walking too.
In a stealthy manner, the shadow inches closer and closer to the unsuspecting guard before suddenly.
It's just video compression issue. That's a video issue, and that's if it's digital. So oftentimes, especially, so the reason why I'm looking at the camera is because if this is an old footage, which is exactly what it looks like, then they're going to use It could be the man's shadow. It could be the man's compression of him walking. But I actually don't think it's either of those things. What I think it is that they use tapes. That this is such an old video that this is tapes that they. So what you do is you put the tape in, you hit record, then you leave it off. You set it over to the side, and it sits there for 30 days or whatever. And then they put the tapes back in. They recycle the tapes. Well, it's been shown that these tapes, when they overwrite, they don't erase the tapes. They literally overwrite what's on them. So that's oftentimes why you see like this weird kind of shadowing, like the image is overexposed. It's almost like if you like image burn-in on a monitor, but it's on a tape, because you're taping over and over again, but you're taping the same image over and over again. But sometimes other people that are there don't get erased fully because the system is not great. And what you'll see is that person could have been walking a month back or 2 weeks back or whenever the last time they had it. Yeah. Can be the back of the man. Yeah. There's a lot more reasons. Yeah. And then as soon as he stopped, if you noticed, the shadow stopped. Exactly right.
Exact spot. And it was already going off before the guard had
and
arrived.
Whoa. Did you see that?
After
he goes completely dark. In the middle of this lit area. Look, you can see the light. The light is right above him. Right there. It's right there. He should be lit up. And he's total in darkness. Look at that.
For a few seconds.
See, look. Yeah, that's a camera glitch.
It becomes apparent as to what was being picked up by the camera.
Because it moves with him. It doesn't.
Shadow-like figure that appears out of nowhere.
Also, that's another thing. Look. Look. It's a good point. Man, trying to find these things, like the exact spot you want to, is really difficult. Look. The feet match. So that's the shadow creature's left foot in front and his right foot in the back, left foot in front, right foot in the back. Even the way the shadow matches him. Yeah. It's pretty
closer to the unsuspecting guard.
Pretty easy what it is. And then it disappears. And then he was like, oh yeah, I saw something.
Visitors continue to report strange occurrences within this parking lot, and no doubt believe that the San Pedro Mall in Costa Rica is haunted through its
Come on! Number 2.
Now this next video comes from a woman named Kels, who
How
in 2020
working
caught
while I
footage
do
of
readings.
something she can't explain to this day. The majority of her videos consist of
Actually,
her in front of a camera while doing tarot card readings. She's been doing this for quite some time now, but among all her videos, one in particular stands out from the rest. It was while doing a tarot card reading that Kels captured this.
I keep hearing stop. The music just stopped. Weird. Anyway, I keep hearing stop. And the fan just turned on. Okay, that's the message I'm getting. In order for you to go where you need to go, you need to stop where you are now and let spirit take over. With the Four of Wands card, I'm definitely seeing there's a union. There's somebody waiting for you on the other side in love. But you also have opportunities coming in. Your spiritual journey. Your spiritual journey about to take a whole new level, a whole new turn because you've been patient for so long. If you look at let's see if I can get close. If you look at the Eight of Pentacles,
okay, what are we supposed to see?
This occurrence doesn't faze her, considering that this has happened many times before. It was just then that she was able to get it on camera. Despite the music stopping on cue and the fan suddenly turning on only seconds later, Kels does not think this was merely a coincidence, but rather someone or something trying to communicate with her. Everything that went on during this moment, according to her, was a sign. But of course, like all videos, you be the judge. Was something supernatural at work here?
No, don't tell us to be the judge. You tell us what you think. Stand up for yourself, man.
Or might there be something to explain this?
Yeah, power outages.
If you caught something creepy on camera, or if there's any ghost videos you'd like me to check out, to the point of being paralyzed by fear, she tries her best to film this incident, and for good reason. Getting this on camera would be the best evidence she's had so far in trying to prove that something isn't right with her apartment. Her place is not what it seems, and it's for this reason that her children can't live with her. Things at home have gotten so bad that she fears for their safety.
I think child services had something to do with that.
In one video, Rosanna's cat does this.
Oh, sorry. Did I say that out loud? Yeah, okay. Cat's acting crazy. So obviously a ghost, not just cats or psychos. Aren't you going to go find out why your cat's freaking out?
Rosanna's choice to keep her family away from this place is mainly due to this and many other occurrences. But as of recent, something's happened that's fully convinced her.
I've seen this house before. I think they've done other videos too.
It's late at night when this is captured.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. So that was right. Do the whole breathing thing. I'm surprised they're not saying that the orbs are causing issues. Oh my god. Make sure you framed exactly where something's about to happen. What's going to happen next? I bet you it's going to happen right in the center of the frame. Is it the chair moving? What's going to happen next? I mean, if it was me, I would think that there's something over there moving, like pushing books off the table, like a rat or a mouse or probably a possum, because they do everything. I blame opossums for everything. It's an opossum in the back of the bookshelf moving things. Like, go check it out. Go turn the light on and check out what is knocking over your books. Not, it's a ghost and I'm going to freak out. Something physically is moving them.
Now, Rosanna states that during this moment, she had seen a shadowy figure appear right behind the door. Soon after, she began to black out as though she was intoxicated. The entirety of this incident is without a doubt pretty freaky. But while it still remains inconclusive on what occurred that night, Rosanna is certain that she won't be staying here for long. Until she has the funds to find another place, Rosanna will continue to own this strange apartment and presumably capture more evidence of these happenings. But as always, let me know your thoughts on this one.
Yeah,
thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Also, if you haven't already done so, please subscribe.
I wouldn't call that evidence. But, the passing out because you're drunk thing, that tracks. So I'm really not sure what to think about that last one, but yeah, that was fun. I will be doing this again tomorrow at 10. I'm going to try to do it again at 10. I might do some test videos and stuff like that just to figure out what's going on with my connection, because according to my connection, I'm not on Twitch, but Geometry Guy definitely shows me on Twitch. So I'm glad it actually was there, but rather annoying. So anyways, thanks guys for watching. I appreciate it, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Boop, boop. Ender.